going into the debate, I saw Nate Silver's new polls yesterday. He's got Trump leading. He's got Biden narrowly winning the popular vote, narrowly winning, but losing the electoral college, like 70-30 on RFK down here at 7.6. I think right here's when he announced the brainworms. Went from 10 to 7. That was a crazy thing to mention. Why follow polls after 2016? Look, they were generally accurate before. 2016 was pretty far off, and then they corrected. 2020 polls were much closer. They were much more accurate. 2020 is the same matchup. So I think there's a lot to learn from these. Have you checked out 538? So 538 is the old company of Nate Silver, and I think he sold it or got out somehow. And so this is his new thing. The Zombie 538 is what it's called, is the only one. I wouldn't use that website anymore. It's basically his methodology, but without him. Surely these polls are not equal to the general public. These polls are weighted based on the state value of the electoral votes. So this is not popular vote. Popular vote has Joe Biden narrowly edging. Maybe he is edging, we don't know. As him narrowly ahead in popular vote, but because of the way the electoral college works, Trump is favored in most polls that I see because he's gonna win more states. I'm voting for Kanye. I don't think Kanye's running, bro. I don't think Kanye is running, and I think voting for Kanye after he said, I like Hitler, after he outdid Alex Jones on his own show, that's crazy. I would unironically vote for Mark Cuban. I mean, over these two candidates, I would vote for Mark Cuban too. Not even a question. If I was dreaming, I would love a world where we got like two sensible people you'd never heard of that just had long, steady, no nonsense careers, knew the government in and out, and just wanted to help. That would be the dream. That would be the two candidates who are like experienced, knowledgeable, ethical, honest, with no celebrity backing or anything, but we're never going to get that. So of the world where we can only vote for like known celebrities and things, then I would vote Mark Cuban over Donald Trump and Joe Biden easily. I would vote Cuban Beast. Have we ever had that? I mean, I think Eisenhower was a great president. I think FDR was a great president. I think JFK was a good president. FDR had no legs though. That's not, he didn't have no legs. He had polio. He wasn't legless. He wasn't an elf. Eisenhower was a Republican. Yeah, don't say those are all Democrats. Eisenhower was a Republican. That's what I'm saying. The Eisenhower FDR era, it's just two people who at least like clearly cared, clearly knowledgeable, serious people. I'm sure there's many individual things you could agree with, but like the quality of them as serious leaders is so much higher than we get now. Is Eisenhower the one that slayed in that one pick? Is that how you remember presidents? By which one slayed in different picks? What are you talking about? Eisenhower slayed in that one pick? Oh, you know what? You're right. He did. Yes! He'd be a great streamer. I'll tell you, he's got the hair for it. He's got the smile for it. Sorry, Eisenhower, you were born too soon. Instead of being the president of the United States, you could have been something more important, a streamer. LBJ had a humongous hog. Why do you know that? Why do you not know that Eisenhower was a Republican, but you do know the hog size of LBJ? I hear a lot of discourse about the younger generation being more checked out and disillusioned enough to just not vote. As someone in their mid-20s, I feel like I don't really see that among my age group, and on the whole are more tuned in and willing to bite the bullet on Biden for no. I don't know about that second part. I mean, obviously, young people are, by and large, going to vote more for Biden, just based on stats. I guess I'm generally seeing, we look at the data, let's see. I think generally young people vote less, right? That's just a fact. We can see if they're voting less or not this election. Here's an interesting video.
Well, CBS News polling shows young people are much less likely to head to the polls in November than older people.
Here's one thing, and I've been guilty of this, especially back when I was like, I don't know, 25. I would be politically active enough to have an opinion and talk about it and make my point heard. And then when the actual day came around, I wouldn't register. I wouldn't get everything set up and go vote. I'm just telling you, I didn't do that. Now I do this, okay? Ever since Ari, I would actually vote. Here's the thing. I know that I'm not alone in that. I know that there are many people who are on Twitter right now or TikTok and they're talking about voting and they're talking about it and they're not actually gonna vote. That is definitely a part of it.
I think both of them aren't very like the best options for our country.
I mean, I agree, Queen, but say it with confidence. If everyone comes together to allow non-American borns to run for president, I will run for y'all. He's even saying y'all. He's a true American patriot. Please. Let's do it, folks. That's my Texan. Make America Swedish again. Holy shit. He's gonna speed run fixing our problems, dude. What is Nate Silver's new website called? Bro, Google it. Low key, bro. Come on. You're asking me to go find the URL for you. You think you can't figure it out? You can't get to the bottom of that? It's a Substack, bro. Twitch chat is not Google. You Google it and then show Nate Silver Substack. I'm Googling it right now. It's the first result. Silver Bulletin. It's the first result. You just told me I literally did Google it and tried searching. It's the first result. Right here. Silver Bulletin. Frustrating me, bro. It's not hard. It's exceedingly strange to have not made up your mind this election. I think it's kind of hilarious and based. I need to see more from Biden and Trump to get to know these people. I don't know enough about what they stand for. I think anyone who said they're undecided in the past elections really just don't want to admit they're voting Trump. There was a definite thing in like the 2016 elections where polling underrepresented Trump because voters were afraid to say that they openly supported him. That existed. But I feel like in 2024, that's got to be so much less. I feel like people are more open about it. If anything, there's a little bit of that for Biden. I feel like there's some people that are afraid to say they're voting Joe Biden because he's just so unpopular. I'm afraid to say I'm voting at all. Wait, really? Or because you just want to start a discussion? I mean, in America, it is difficult in America to bring up politics and have a normal discussion with regular people because every fifth person is like a time bomb. Every fifth person is like a grenade. And if you pull the politics pin, they just explode. And you've just blown up the conversation forever. They're just hiding among us. They're inelectrical. They're breaking the lights. You have no idea, dude. They're sus as it comes. I generally avoid non-economic political discussions. I've never seen anything outside of that go anywhere. I think it's like a value system that you have. No argument will change your value system. And I just get bored with it, dude. I get bored with discussing culture war stuff. But I think people can be swayed on economic stuff. And I honestly think so much of what we get mad about is downstream from economics. I deeply, deeply believe that Americans are more tolerant. They're better people when things are going well economically, when they don't feel stressed. I think everything goes smoother and we make progress on everything. I think culture war stuff flares up as it's like when you're hungry, you're angrier at your significant other. You know what I'm saying? When you're hungry and sleepy, you might snap at your partner. I honestly feel like that is what happens. Where hungry and sleepiness is equivalent to us not having like the ability to afford housing and to have all of our wealth siphoned off by billionaires. Bro, from the UK, as much as your politics is terrifying, I can honestly say it's so much more entertaining. Entertaining for sure. I mean, UK politics is kind of crazy lately. I've been more interested in it. The conservative meltdown has been funny to watch. Rishi Sunak is one of the most dunkable people in the history of politics. We in Germany are I mean, I do think the rise of like AFD stuff is crazy in Germany. Again, I can see the causes and I can see the through line, but it sucks that they go that direction. What if we got everyone in the US to just not vote? Would it go to a revote or some sort of Squid Game situation? Our Constitution at the bottom in fine print, it's like, if nobody votes, go to a Squid Game situation. John Adams pinned that shit. The one thing about Rishi is he's not 70. Our next PM is going to be 61. That feels too old. You think 61 is too old? 61 would be a spry young chicken. 61 would be a prime athlete, dude. 61 would be so young in America. 61 would get bullied for being a child when they showed up to Congress, bro. They'd laugh at him. They'd be like, hey, little bro. Why are they so old, though? Dude, that's a great question. I mean, I do think both Biden and Trump are way too old. Oh, yeah. Has Trump announced his VP yet? Did I miss that? Who's Trump's VP this go around? Not yet. The GOAT doesn't need one. Trump runs solo. No VP. Don't need one. Logan Paul, that'd be good. The Trump Logan Paul. Hey, man, who do you think Trump's VP is going to be? My mom. You think my mother is going to accept? She's not even a fan of Trump. And she's going to accept the VP. Money, you know? The money? It's not even a highly paid position. It's all the grift. The grift. My mom is going to become Trump's VP so she can grift the American public? You know her. She's very sweet to you. Yeah. Why would you say such a thing? Oh, can I mute it? Do you have more stuff to say about my mom that you want to say off camera? That's very mean.